Welcome to Crafting on the Plains. My name is Jacinta, and this is my channel where I talk mainly about kind of cross stitch, but also sometimes about knitting, quilting, sewing, and any other crafty endeavors that I get up to. Today I have got a fully finished object for you. I've got a new start, I've got some whips, I've got a giveaway announcement, and I've also got a little bit of knitting at the end. So thank you so much for joining me. If you're a new viewer or if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for checking me out. I am so appreciative. If you have not already, please consider subscribing. It does help me out a lot, and it does help YouTube know that you like my videos and that you like videos like mine. So I would love if you do that. I also am Crafting on the Plains on Instagram if you want to check me out there to catch up on what I'm doing in between videos. So thank you so much. I'm going to just jump right into it. Actually, before I jump right in, I just wanted to say also thank you so much to those of you who have been checking out my Vlogmas. I'm doing Vlogmas this year. It's fun, crafty vlogs, a little bit of festive life stuff thrown in. I posted my first video this past Sunday. I will link it below in case you haven't seen it. But yeah, I hope that you check it out if you haven't already. And thank you so much to those of you who have watched and liked and sent me nice comments and messages about that as well. I really appreciate it. It's been super fun to make. So I am going to go ahead and start with my fully finished object. So here it is. This is my fully finished. This is We Santa 2022. I stitched this. I started it last year for Jingle Ball. This is my Jingle Ball new start last year. And then I think I finished it. I can't remember what month I finished this, but I did finish it. It might have actually been a Jolly July finish, but here it is. It is so cute, and I just put it in. This is a 5x5 Amazon frame that I picked up. I just laced the back and popped it in here. This is stitched on a 32 count XJU Designs Grandma's slip, and I'm using a mixture of the called for Fancy Floss and the called for DMC. I mostly use DMC, but I did do the Fancy Floss for the coat and a few other areas where I thought it would make the biggest impact. I'm so happy with this, and this fits really, really well with my theme this year. I'm filming in a little bit of a different location. I want to sit in front of my tree, and you may be able to see that I've gone with a pink Christmas theme this year. I have my pink Santa. That was actually my grandmother's. I inherited that from her, and that's my favorite pieces. I have another cross stitch finish up there. It's a little blurry, I think, the background. But yeah, so I'm doing a pink Christmas theme this year, so this fits it perfectly. And I wanted to ask you all for help because I have done a lot of traditional Christmas color stitches, and I love those. You'll see one here in a minute. But I am looking to add to my pink Christmas collection. So if you know of a chart that is pink and Christmas, or that you think would be easily converted into pink, please let me know down below. I would love to hear your suggestions because I am super, super excited to be stitching some pink stuff. I am going to Jingle Ball. Let me know if you're going there as well. I'd love to meet up with you in one of the stitching rooms, but I am hoping there's some pink releases. But let me know what pink Christmas stitching that you are aware of, because I would love to pick up some of that. So there it is. And because it's on the same topic, my giveaway that I'm announcing today is for the chart for this and the beads that go with it. So I did my random comment picker, and the winner is Leslie Price 9224, and she said that she's going to be doing a mini Christmas design from Hands On Design for her next start. So Leslie Price 9224, please either DM me on Instagram. My Instagram is below, or I'll put my email address down below as well, so you can email me there, and I would love to get this pattern out in the mail to you, so that way you can maybe get this started this festive season if you want to. So, okay, I'm going to move along to my new start. I did have a new start, and this is a new start I've been very, very excited about. It's just living in an Amazon bag right now. I have a plan to make some more Christmas or just generally project bags, but I just haven't had the time quite yet. This one is Go Tell It on the Mountain. And I mostly stitch from PDFs. I think everything I'm stitching is from a PDF today, so I will post the pictures of them on the screen. So this is Go Tell It on the Mountain. This is by Heartstring Samplery, and it was a Jingle Ball release from last year. I bought it at Jingle Ball, and I didn't start it until this Thanksgiving. This is my Thanksgiving new start. And she has released this as a paper pattern, but it is not available as a PDF yet. So maybe she'll have it available for Jingle Ball. I don't really know when she is going to release her PDF pattern. So unfortunately not available as a PDF right now. I know a lot of people love PDFs like I do, but this one is available as a paper chart if you want to order it from a stitching, like an actual local needlework shop. So there we go. This chart is actually a lot quicker and smaller than I thought it would be. I thought this was a massive chart. It's not that big. I'm already over, I think I'm over 20%. If not, I'm almost to 20%. I am doing a conversion on this. I'm converting it mostly to color and cotton. However, I had planned on doing the Go Tell It on the Mountain, which is up here, in color and cotton almond, but it was not showing up. My almond was a little bit too gray, so it just wasn't looking very good. So I just switched this to DMC. Let's see if I can find which DMC it is. I switched it to DMC 3865, which I think it's not showing up as well on camera. I think maybe this location for filming is not the absolute best, but it's showing up a lot better in real life. I am using some of the conversion though. So I'm using carmine for the berries, and then this is hickory sticks for the roof. And I'm loving it so much. This is stitched on 36 count picture this plus Oaken, and I'm stitching it 1/2, which is, I'm beginning to see the benefits of 1/2 on 36. I don't do it on everything, but I am seeing the benefits of 1/2 on 36, and I'm pretty happy with this coverage and how it is looking. So I'm really excited to continue working on this. I would love to get a finish on this holiday season. We will see, but I'd love to get this done before Christmas. If I get it done, it probably won't be fully finished, but at least it will be done. So that was my new start. Like I said, I started it on Thanksgiving. I am going to be doing a Jingle Ball new start, but I'm not exactly sure which one I'm going to be starting yet. I forgot to bring my patterns over, but I am going to be talking about it in my Flossmas this week, so you can check that out if you're interested. Okay, my next one that I'm working on, I just realized, is in a hoop. It's being stored in a me-made project bag. This is just some fabric I got from Joann's last year, I believe. And this one is Christmas Wonderland. It was a mystery stitch along from Caterpillar Cross Stitch last year. And I did not keep up at all. This is going to be very wrinkly, and I apologize. I thought I had ironed it and pulled it out of the hoop, but apparently I forgot to. So it's going to be a little bit wrinkly. I don't think I have a picture of this from where I was because I haven't worked on this since July. But I pulled it out this last week or last couple weeks, and I have been stitching on it. So the first clue was this pond. I gave up on it. I will stitch it maybe at the end or something. I'm not really sure, but I just couldn't make myself stitch any more blue. But this right here, down here, is the second clue. So I've done that, and I'm on clue number 3. So this past couple weeks, I finished up those cute little houses. I did the little wreath stand, and then I started on this tree. I still didn't do the top of the tree, and then I'm going to keep working on it. So I am going to try to pull this out, maybe work on it a little bit during Jingle Ball or some other time, because I want to keep making steady progress on this. I don't anticipate finishing this Christmas season. I don't anticipate finishing this anytime soon. This is a long-term project for me, and that is okay because I like it, but I just can't make myself stitch on it for very, very long. There is a lot of color changes, It's beautiful though, so it's worth it. This is stitched on a 32 count Lugana kit fabric. I don't know what it is. I bought the whole kit from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. I got the needle minder, which was like an add-on to the kit, and then it's just kit floss. And I have to say, I loved how the kit came. I'm very satisfied with the kit. I just don't know that I can handle all the Caterpillar Cross Stitch color changes, so I may not be buying any more kits from them anytime soon. But it is a beautiful pattern, and I'm going to continue working on it. And I love these happy, bright holiday colors, sort of like non-traditional holiday colors that are pastels, and I really, really like it. There is that one. My next whip I pulled out was White Winter Moth, which is in my moth bag. This is from Sheba Designs. And I have been loving stitching on this. This is a pattern that I both really, really want to finish to have up on my wall, but also don't want to finish because it's so satisfying to work on. And here it is. It's beautiful. This is White Winter Moth by Kathy Barrick. And I am over 70% done. So there she is. She is gorgeous. I think I might have a picture. I'm not sure. If I have pictures from the last time I worked on something, I will insert it. I may or may not have that though. So we'll see. But this one, I will insert a picture of the finished object as well. I worked on this, this motif, and just kind of slowly getting along on it. I'm using the DMC conversion that Kathy provides for you, and it is gorgeous. I'm stitching this on 36 count Saltbush by Fox and Rabbit, and I am stitching this 2/2. So this is 36 count 2/2. I love the coverage for pieces like this, especially with the white where I want really, really good coverage. I do 2/2, but I am beginning to appreciate the 1/2 on 36 count on pieces that look a little bit more samplery, a little bit more prim. I mean, this is a Quaker sampler, obviously, but I am loving the nice thick coverage on here. Are you a 2/2 or a 1/2 36 count stitcher? I'm interested to know where other people fall. And these are the flosses, and they're so pretty. And they're on some floss rings or floss. These are floss shops that are also bobbins, and my brother 3D printed them and then punched holes in them for me. I love that project. And then my last whip, I really try to focus my energy on just a couple whips the last couple weeks rather than being all over the place. So that's what I'm going to try to do. My last one, this is the most recent one I was working on, so it's still in the hoop. And this is Vicious. And I do have a picture of where this was, so I will insert that. But this is Vicious, and it is by Artsy Housewife. And I am using the DMC conversion that she provides, and I'm stitching it on Zweigart Dirty and 32 count, which is the recommended fabric. And I am loving this piece. This is a really special piece to me. And I have the cat mostly done. I was trying to get to 20% of this last night, and I think I'm only at like 18%, but yeah, so I do still have the rest of the cat's head and face, and I have this one leg. I finally did pick up, I was missing this DMC color, the lighter brownish orange, And so I've started filling that in. And then I also traveled down here and did more of this, like the lighter fur on the side, and I did more of these, the border. So I love this. It's a beautiful piece. I definitely want to do more artsy housewife patterns in the future. So that is all of my whips. It feels like not a lot, but maybe it is. Okay, so like I said, I'm thinking about what I'm going to start for Jingle Ball, but I'm not quite sure yet. So let me know if you have a special Jingle Ball start planned. Let me know if you're going to Jingle Ball, because I really would love to meet you guys and hang out and just have a really fun stitchy time. I will probably be there for Friday and Saturday, but Sunday I'm not going to be able to be on. We just have stuff that whole day. It's fun stuff, so but that's how it works out. That's life. So I will definitely be on Friday night and then all of Saturday pretty much on Jingle Ball. So I'm looking forward to that. So that's all my stitching. I do have a knitting now. So if you're just here for the stitching, I really appreciate you coming. Thank you so much. And I will see you in the next one. But if you're here for the knitting as well, I'm going to show it to you. So I have a knitting finish. I had one sock finished last time, and now I have 2 socks finished this time. I finished my Advent socks from last year. These are my West Yorkshire Spinners signature 4-ply in the colorway Candy Cane. And the Hills, Cuffs, and Toes are Knit Picks Stroll. Yes, that sounds right. Knit Picks Stroll, I think. And Dove Heather. And as you can see, I still have some ends to weave in. So I was weaving in my ends this morning. I had to do one of those, mandatory like trainings on different laws that affect your place of work. So as I was like watching the training videos, I was weaving in ends, and that way something, you can pay attention while you weave in ends. It's pretty mindless. So I did that, and very happy about these. I really wanted to get my ends woven in so I can start wearing them for this year. So these are my Advent starts last year, and it is now Advent. So I have an Advent start for this year, and it's these ones. I hope these colors are coming out true because they are so pretty. So this is, actually left my ball band, but this is the yarn, my main color, which you can't see a whole lot of yet, but this is Christmas Market by Ruby and Roses. This was her Advent, like Christmas Day skein gift in the Advent calendar last year. And so I caked it up and started it as my Advent start this year. It is so beautiful. It's got pinks, it's got golds. It's so pretty. And this colorway was still available in her shop when I looked this weekend. I think she said that she's only doing like one update for like one more update for Christmas, and then that's it. So anyway, go over there and look. She has a lot of beautiful stuff. So, but I love this one. And then I decided I wanted to do a contrasting cuff. And so this is a colorway. It's a mini skein. It's like this mint color. I love to pick up mini skeins whenever I go to little, just local yarn stores, because I think they're nice little souvenirs. I can use them on socks, heels, cuffs, toes, and then I can also use them in blankets and stuff like that. So I really don't know where I got this mini skein or what it is, but it's just this pretty little mint color. I think it looks pretty decent with this. I thought it was nice. And I'm not sure if I'll use it for the heel as well, or if I'll just use it for the toe, and the cuff. But there it is. Very happy with these. I started these on the 1st of December, and I'm going to try to keep working on them. I'm just doing a plain vanilla sock. So if you're not familiar with knitting, vanilla sock just means round, 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 all knits, no pattern. I thought that this yarn was like patterned enough in itself. Like it's a pretty loud colorway, pretty busy. And I cast on 56 stitches on US size 1 needles, magic loop, Chiagu fixed circulars. Y'all know the drill. for me if you watch any of my knitting. This time of year, I just love to knit socks. So, all right, I have another knitting project that I have been working on, and this one I am so excited about. So excited about. So this is one, if you've followed me for a while, you've seen this, but you probably haven't seen it for months and months and months. And that is I think I've forgotten what this is called. Yeah, I think I've actually forgotten what this is called. I think it's the Nordiska. I can't remember if this is the Nordiska. I'll put it below, whatever this pattern is. It's by Caitlin Hunter, and it's been so long since I started it that I've actually forgotten the pattern name. So here it is. It is a colorwork yoke and lace and cable yoke sweater. There it is. So I started this over a year ago. I think I started it last May, and I'm knitting this in, it's a fingering weight by Apothecary Yarns. I don't know the colorway name because it was like a mislabeled. So I got it on a sale when she was doing a booth at a fiber festival. And then the contrast color is Don't Let the Hard Days Win by Dragon Horde Yarns. So it's got beautiful texture. So it has this lace, and then it's got colorwork and cables, stunning. And then it has this texture on the body. So I started this. It took me forever to do the yoke because it's intricate, and I kept stopping. And then this summer, I actually knit all the ribbing, got halfway done binding off, and hated how it looked. I did not go down a needle size for my ribbing, which you're supposed to do. But because I made this kind of cropped, I didn't want it to like cinch in too much. I don't know. And I was already knitting this on a US size 4. So I thought it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll look fine. And there have been times where I have not gone down a needle size on my ribbing and it's looked okay. I think this yarn is a little bit like a light fingering weight, and it looked horrible. It looked so like just loose and messy, and the bind off was looking messy, and I just kept trying to keep going and telling myself it was fine, and it wasn't. So I ripped it back. Ripped back all of the ribbing, which was probably not the smartest thing to do when I'm having eye issues and couldn't see completely. But I did it because it was just, I really wanted to get this sweater moving again. So I ripped it all the way back, picked it up, dropped down to a size. I think I ended up switching to a 2.5 because that was the smallest needle I had available that was long enough to go around this. So I dropped down to a 2.5 and US 2.5 and knit the ribbing. And I am much, much happier with how that ribbing looks. I don't think it cinches it in too much, just slightly, but not too much. And it looks way cleaner. I did a tubular bind off, which is what I prefer to do when I have a ribbed edge. And I also figured out how to do a tubular bind off using 1 needle instead of 2. And if you are someone who knits, especially garments, learning how to do that is a game changer because it makes it so much easier and it's so much less like fiddly and less work. So there it is. I have, of course, a bunch of ends to weave in. I now need to do my sleeves. This is normally a short sleeved. It's like a t-shirt type sweater. I am going to try, if I have enough yarn, to do longer sleeves, at least 3/4 length, just because where I live, I do not find short sleeved sweaters functional because it's quite hot here most of the year. And that sounds kind of weird, but like if I'm going to be wearing a wool sweater and it's short sleeve, my body is going to be hot. Like if I need a short sleeve, it's too hot for wool. And if I'm wearing wool, it's too cold for short sleeves, if that makes sense. So I'm going to try to do some longer sleeves on this. and we'll see how that goes. I'm not really sure if I'm going to do this texture on the sleeves. I don't know. I need to decide though. So I'm very motivated to finish the sweater because I think it's just been on my needles for way too long. And I also bought some yarn for a new sweater. I will show you that in a later episode. It's like over there, but I bought some yarn for like a bulky weight cardigan, kind of similar. This one I did not make, this one I bought, but kind of similar to this style, like the bulky weight, like oversized cardigan. I'm really into that look right now. And I found myself, I've purchased a couple of them and I thought, Jacinta, you're a knitter, this would be fast to knit. So I now need to finish up this sweater so I can hurry up and cast on my bulky weight oversized cardigan. All right, that concludes all of my crafting for you today. Thank you so much if you made it this far. I really, really appreciate you stopping by and taking the time to check me out. Like I said, I will be posting Flossmas, Vlogmas videos in between my regular Flosstube updates. So definitely check those out if you want to see a little bit more behind the scenes, a little bit other life things, crafty things, stuff like that. And also check me out on Instagram to see what I'm up to there as well. But thank you so much. And I hope that you get lots of crafting time in the next few weeks.